Well, hello there, my wonderfuls on Facebook, and hello there, my fabulous peeps on Instagram. It is so good to be here with you. I'm Donna Hoffman. They call me the Interior Design Advocate because I advocate on behalf of design lovers everywhere across the United States and beyond to wipe out the ugly room, to get rid of the disappointing result. No matter your budget, no matter your design style, no matter your home size, it doesn't matter. What matters is wise interior design, leaning into design strategy, and that is why I teach the amazing and super popular and very successful online design courses. And when I say successful, not only because they're popular, but because they work and our students do amazing things. I also run a luxury interior design company, pretty busy, very much in demand in the Philadelphia region of the United States. And we do all manner of design, from decorative design, where we simply redo a room or two or three or five, or we do an entire first floor of a home or an entire home, or we do a full design build from blueprint on. So I love teaching design lovers, and because I teach the way I do, a lot of young designers or designers who are young in design, haven't been in the industry for more than, let's say, 5 years, they love studying with me as well. So that is fabulous too. So I love being of service. So what are we talking about today? Thanksgiving is right around the corner. I don't know about you guys, but it's a strange Thanksgiving for our family. We are not going to be out and about with a million people. We're going to be having something small here in our home just for Steve, me, and our two kids, both of whom took COVID tests before they came back to be with us. We're still managing to cook a lot, and I still manage to spend a lot of money at the food store. So I thought, gosh, normally I'm cooking for 15 people. What's going on? It's only 4 of us. So we'll be doing some leftovers. So we wanted to put in a topic this week. We know that your mind is on a lot of things. We wanted to put in a topic this week for you that we thought would really help you in terms of shaping your strength in designing your home through the end of this year, and certainly looking beyond into 2021. Because usually this time of year, people are not doing a lot of starts in new projects. So we've got some interesting topics planned for you between now and the end of the year. So today's topic is how to get interior design confidence. How to get interior design confidence. And if you spend any time with me before, you know that I have some very firm viewpoints on some things that you really need to do to get your sea legs under you. But I definitely would love to hear from you in terms of what is it that is hurting your confidence, or where is your confidence lacking in decorating your home, in designing something in your home, whether it's a facelift, minor changes that you're making, or redoing an entire room, or if you're moving and looking at doing the entire residence. Where does your confidence falter? So let's talk about this. As you're putting in your answer, telling me where your confidence falters, let's do some teaching. And then when I'm all done and we talk about the popular conversation that you guys are having, I'll even take some of your project questions. Happy to answer those, as long as I don't need to take a look at pictures to be able to answer you well. Alrighty, so a couple of things that you need to know are possible to build your interior design confidence right now. So in no particular order, but maybe there is an order. I'll start with a super important one. You've heard me say that interior design strategy is everything in design. It is. Design strategy is the formulas. It's the recipe. It's the how-to. What to do, when to do it, how to do it, and why to do it. I cannot impress upon you enough the strength and confidence that comes with that, because you will always be focusing on the right thing at the right time. You will always know why you're making selections, why you're doing certain things. You will not see so many things in a showroom or online or in a catalog. Things will just fall away because they're not right for what you need to be doing next and next and next and next. Interior design strategy is literally your lifeline in design. And that is why I teach the courses that I teach. And I even posted a link for Facebookers here for a great free online workshop that will start to take you down the strategy path and show you how powerful you get when you use it, when you use strategy. So getting your hands on strategy, whether you want to study with me or if there's another coach that you want to study with, super important. If you're spending your hard-earned money, you need to be confident that you're doing it right, right? So definitely getting strategy under your belt, super important. So beyond strategy, or within the context of strategy, or the framework of strategy, I should say, you also need to think more about pleasing yourself and less about what will everybody think, or will my mom like this, or what will my mother-in-law like this, or will my sister like this, or will this be as nice as my sister-in-law's, right? It's a little bit of that compare and despair that happens. Pleasing yourself first, or you and your spouse, or your significant other that you're designing with first, mission critical. I will tell you that for professional designers, if you're a professional designer and you're watching this, if you are so wrapped up only in what will my client like this, will my client like that, you'll never be able to reach decision and your knees are going to be knocking. Yes, you need to design for who your client is. I believe that's how I teach design in my courses also. But you have to make sure that you find it wonderful, that you find it beautiful. Check in with yourself. Don't ask yourself the wrong questions. Ask yourself the right questions. And that's another piece that we'll get to. But pleasing yourself, not everyone else. And if you might be saying, well, gee, Donna, I am a professional designer, and what if you don't like your client's taste? Then I say you shouldn't have taken that client on. And the way to diplomatically release a client is to say, listen, your aesthetic is beautiful. It's just not what I do, and I don't think I would serve you well by taking you into my practice. And that's it. And you pass on the project, you pass on the business. So you need to absolutely please your client, but as the design brain, you need to please yourself. And if you're designing for yourself, you need to please yourself and your spouse or your significant other. Not worrying so much about will they like it? What will my kids think? What will my neighbors think? What will my friends think? It just shuts you down. It shuts down all creativity, and you become a nervous wreck and you can't make a decision. And indecision is the enemy of design. You cannot do anything in design if you don't have clarity to make a decision, and you roll decision upon decision. So getting your hands on strategy, one super huge hurdle that will build confidence for forever and a day. And I see that in my students all the time. Happened for me as well when I was studying design and getting my hands on strategy, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and why. And then also pleasing yourself in design. So you're not only chasing after this idea, this phantom idea of like, what will other people think? Will my sister like it, and so forth. And then also really important to ask yourself the right question, not the wrong question. The wrong question is this wrong? Is this good enough? Is this a mistake? That thinking is going to make you loopy. Instead, you want to ask yourself, do I love it? Do I love this? Do I look at this and say, yeah, this is it. This is good. That question, asking yourself the right question, not focusing on those disempowering questions, absolutely helps. And if you have strategy under your belt and as the lifeline that's moving you forward, much easier to focus on, do I love this? Do I love this shade? Do I love this color? Do I love this pattern? Do I love these things together? Asking yourself the right questions and not focusing on the wrong questions, super empowering and confidence building as well. You'd be surprised. And then definitely setting your expectations. And by that I mean, not every element in a room is the wow, ta-da of the room. That's really important to get your hands on. I'll give you an analogy. I was talking before the whole COVID thing happened, and I was at some sort of kind of women's networking businessy thing that a girlfriend of mine was doing at her store. And I was talking to some really interesting entrepreneurs and business leaders in the Philadelphia region. And one of them was a stylist, a personal clothing stylist. And I said, so what are the big mistakes you see in women's closets? Because her business model was that she would go into your home, look at your closet, help you weed out what didn't work and make new outfits and tell you where you needed to add things. And she said, you know, the consistent thing I see is that either people have too many basics or they have too many wow pieces. And if you have only wow pieces, you can't build outfits because you can't put on your wow blouse with your wow jacket. It's, you know, they might be clashing. Those basics, those quiet basics are really important. Or, she said, people have too many basics. and they don't have some of those really interesting pieces that move forward. So think about your interiors in the same way. And I think sometimes I see young designers and some of my students struggling, wondering if every element has to be just, you know, the best, the biggest. There are always quieter elements in a room, right? If the rug, I'm working on a library right now for a gentleman, and I'm showing it to him 3 ways. And in one of the boards, the design boards we're putting together, the rug is pretty quiet. And because the rug is quiet, the guest chairs get a little sexy, a little more, you know, out there. Not out there, but a little more bolder, bigger in their statement. In another design board, the rug got a little more talkative, if you will, has more to say. So that the guest chairs that sit on it get a little quieter, right? So it's not that they're dull or boring. It's that in the context of the entire room, not everything can be that A player. I call it the star of the room, or the A player. The star in a chorus, right? Remember when you had chorus in school, and then the chorus teacher would say, everybody, you got to blend. Sopranos, you're screaming a little bit, you know, blend. Everybody has to blend. And then the soloist would sing, and then that guy or girl would have their moment in the sun, right? And the whole chorus around them was supporting all of that. So think about that as a way to free you in design, so you're not putting so much pressure on yourself that every single element has to be this you know, big statement making piece. Some elements in a room, the drapery fabric might be a quiet note in the room because the rug is really coming forward and the pillow fabrics are coming forward. I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that's also helps you in building design confidence. So to wrap it all up in a big pretty bow, before I hear what's on your beautiful design mind, to build confidence, definitely need to get your hands on strategy. The what to do, when to do it, how to do it, why to do it, when to do it. The when is so important. I've got a client now who keeps focusing on the wrong things because she doesn't know the path to a successfully designed room. So I keep saying, you know, I'll call her Marjorie. You know, Marjorie, I promise we're going to get to that, but design is like a pyramid. And you don't start at the peak. You got to start at the base. If you don't start at the base, the whole thing is going to topple, right? So part of strategy is knowing what to do and when to do it. And by knowing the when, you're not focusing on the wrong thing at the wrong time, confusing yourself and overwhelming yourself. So strategy is just, it's better than 72% dark chocolate in the design world. There it is. The strategy is big. Pleasing yourself, not being so worried about what will everyone else think, what will my sister think, my mom, my brother, my neighbor, my best friend. Do I love this? Asking yourself the right questions, not the wrong questions. The wrong questions are, is this going to be bad? Am I making a mistake? Is this awful? No. Do I love it? Do I stand back from these things I'm looking at, putting into this space, and do I love them? There it is. And then setting your expectations properly, that not every element that goes into a space is the A player. There are some they're the pips. There's Gladys Knight and the pips, or the backup singers that are just as important in the space, but they're not the lead singer. So hopefully those things will help you. I'd love to see what you have on your fabulous brain. I'm going to use one of my masks now, not to mask up, but to clean my readers. There it is. Yep, cleaning the readers. Okay, let me see what you gorgeous peeps are saying here. So I'm getting hellos from people from Stone Mountain, Georgia. That's Shelly, and Marcia Bedner's here, and she's saying hello. Marcia's saying her confidence falters when I compare my design taste with others. Okay, Marcia, hopefully you joined us in time to hear this. Don't do compare and despair. Don't start comparing your home size, your budget, to what you're seeing on Instagram, or to your neighbor, or to people around you. This is, you know, we just got Steve a Peloton bike because we're not really going to our gym anymore. And I'm trying out this Peloton. It's not going so well. Can't get my feet out of the stinking pedals. But anyway, you know, the instructor keeps saying, look, this is about you. This is the bike where you race against you. You're not racing against anyone else. Same thing about design, guys. It's not a competition. You are not comparing yourself to the people around you. It's about you, what you love. So Marcia, hope that helps you. Margaret's Fashions is saying, I think I fall short in confidence due to not having a formal design school under my belt. Yes, strategy is important. You need to make sure. Margaret, that you have good technique, and that is strategy. Would love you to check out my courses or someone else's courses if you feel like you need to add to what you're doing. And then Karen Papa is on Instagram, and she said, look at all the awards on that shelf behind you. Thank you. Yes, Karen, thank you. We just won 5 more interior Designer of the Year awards from the Interior Design Society. It was very exciting. And then we just won an Interior Design, an American Society of Interior Design award that we had no idea we were getting. And that was very thrilling. So this has been a big year. So thank you very much, Karen. You're very sweet. So, and I want to give that award-winning expertise and strategy to you guys. That's why I have my courses online for you. I love empowering you to do beautiful things in your life, in your home. So Kathy is saying happy Thanksgiving from Marthasville, Missouri. I never heard of Marthasville. Sounds like a fun place. I've got to come to see you there, Kathy Cox. Susan is saying we're closing on our new build tomorrow. Yay! Congratulations, Susan Bennett. Can't wait to get in and to finishing and furnishing. Excited to share. I went from beachy to global in design. Yay! That sounds awesome sauce. Joan is saying that she's hanging pictures is what gets her confidence up. What goes where? What is too much? How much variety is okay? Should themes be consistent? What about colors? Okay, so artwork gets Joan. We'll see if we can come back and talk to you about that, Joan. Susan is saying, Donna, thank you for giving me the tools to make all these beautiful things in design happen. Ah, Susan likes my courses. Yay. They work. I'm telling you, I see so many design lovers just like you. You want a beautiful home, no matter what your budget is, your home size, your experience level. I have seen all of my students do incredible things that they never thought they could do on any budget. The budget doesn't matter. It's strategy, what you need to do to move the needle forward. It's incredible. So thank you, Susan. I'm so glad. And I'm anxious to see your before and after pictures in our private group. If you're one of our students, you have access to a private Facebook group for us. So that's why I can see Susan's pictures. Joan is saying, this is great. This is a great and graceful out that applies to any business. Oh, in terms of turning down a client? Absolutely. You know, listen, guys, when I go to see a client, a potential client for the first time, something in my eye here, I always kind of take a little moment either in my car or as I'm walking up the path, and I always just inside myself ask, how can I best serve? How can I be of best service here to this family? And I really look at it from that perspective to make sure that I am not inserting myself in a project that I don't think I should be in. And because I charge for a first session, we won't even take a first session with somebody if we don't think we can be of service to them. We have an interview that we do with people as they're interviewing us on the phone to determine if there is a potential fit. And then, of course, I'm speaking to them on the phone as well. So, yes, I think in any business, it's ethical to say, yeah, I don't think I can build that deck for you in the price that you want. And that was Jasmine walking by, one of our designers. There she is. This is a full-fledged interior design company. Everybody's all spread out here. We're socially distancing. So yes, knowing when to walk away from a project is always in the best interest of the people that you're talking to. And you would want somebody to do that for you too. You know, that you really would. No, I don't think I can't cater a gluten-free party for you. I don't do gluten-free, whatever it is, right? So good. I'm glad that's helpful to you, Joan. Joni is saying, Donna has some great advice. I'm glad. Thank you. So Joan is saying, my real issue is letting go of all of the wall art that has been following me from home to home. Yep, it's probably outlived its purpose. I bet a lot of it has, Joan. Reframing is a great thing. Lynn is saying, I think I need some wow pieces. Okay. People are saying that I think I'm too conservative. Kathy's learning a lot today. I'm glad. So Sandra is saying, I totally agree with your comments in dealing with clients. I typically have to convince clients to go with custom-made toss cushions. Ultimately, they trust me and go with it, and they're always so happy they did. Yeah, you know, toss cushions or decorative pillows, they're pricey when they're custom, but man, are they power tools. Oof, huge. So I get it. So E. Maeta on Instagram is saying, I don't even know where to begin. That's how unconfident you're feeling, I guess. I've got a 20-foot ceiling in a great room, 6-foot high windows and 6 high windows and 3 lower. Yeah, so you are clearly missing design strategy. So if you had design strategy, you would know where to begin. You would know where to begin on a room on any size. If you had window treatment strategy alone, you'd know how to treat your windows, right? So you need strategy, guys. That's what it boils down to. I'm not being glib, I'm being truthful. If design was this easy, everybody's house would look great. Everybody's apartment would look great. Everybody's townhouse would look great. It's not as easy as it looks, right? It's like ice skating. It looks easy till you try to do it, and then you end up on your duff. So Marie Crumby is saying, I'm in an interior design advocate student, and I utilize all the skills from the course, mostly for home staging in my business. I want to become an interior designer, but I'm a bit concerned about whether that's really possible. Not in a classroom setting. Oh, if you mean if you can learn interior design online. I would prefer, if you are going to be doing this professionally, that you do not learn it online. That you learn it, that you do hands-on. That said, because of COVID, a lot of design students are learning it all online, and professors are doing workarounds. But I think that if you are going to be taking money from people in exchange for your service and expertise and competence, I do think that apprenticing in some way in a design company, once you have some skill and training under your belt, or certainly studying live is important. And I don't blame you, Anne Marie, for thinking about that, and I respect you for thinking about that too, and I agree with it. Angela Culbert is saying, LOL, I taped a piece of paper on the wall where I want to hang a picture before I put a hole in the wall. Talk about lacking confidence. No, Angela, I've got to tell you that one of my favorite framers, when I hire them to do a big installation, let me tell you, we unpack the things that we've reframed so that it already has a piece of cardboard that was used as packing material. It's the same size as the piece of artwork. And we definitely are holding things up and marking things on walls and deciding where things have to go. That's not a lack of confidence. That's intelligent use of tools to make sure that you're putting things in properly. When we do photo wall installations, we map them out on the floor, and we're really looking at how we're measuring things. So I don't think you should be laughing at yourself, Angela. I think you're doing the smart thing there. All right, let's see. Diane Roberts is saying happy Thanksgiving. And happy Thanksgiving to you too, Diane. Kay is saying, I wish I had her problems. Just moved into a house with small rooms. I like big. Oh, so Kay is wishing she had the big room problem that E. Mayetta has on Insta. You know what? Nobody's ever happy with what they have. You have straight hair, you wish you had curly hair. I didn't even know I had curly hair until I experimented a couple of years ago, and then I realized, hey, I have wavy hair. So everybody wants what they don't have. We all have to stop that. There comes a point in time in your life, I don't know what age this happens, where you just say, screw it. This is what it is. This is how big my home is. This is how big my rear end is. This is how much money I have in the bank. And I got to just make the best of it and work with what I have and maximize what I have. I want you guys to do that with your homes. It is such a blessing to have a home, regardless of the size, right? Too many windows, not enough windows, the wrong windows. You're blessed to have that home. Here we are, Thanksgiving week, right? What a blessing to have a roof over your head. Everything can be improved. Everything can be improved. And if you have a small space that you wish was larger, learn how to do strategy and design that will push your space and make your space bigger. Working on a library, I was telling you right now, it's not a big room. Client wants a lot of furniture in that room. Some furniture I've had to say, no, you can't have this here. Other furniture I'm putting in the room, but I'm using design strategy to fool the eye and make it look like this furniture is just kind of fading away in this room. So the room feels really big, and certain elements are moving forward in the room and certain aren't. That's design strategy. Small space design, I think, is so mission critical to have design strategy, and also to spend money well, whether your budget is pressed or huge. I think you need design strategy. So Kay, love what you have. I know you can make it look fabulous. And then Shelly is saying, I need a headboard for seldom used guest room. Okay, so we're in question time now. Where can I find a basic brown queen headboard? I have no idea. Can't even tell you that. We do so much custom work here in our company. So I don't know where you would find basic brown, and I don't know what you mean by basic brown. Is it upholstered? Is it wood? I don't know. Okay. One Virgo 34 is saying, do you know anyone that does mentoring? You mean of designers? Yeah, I do. DM me and we can talk about that. I do private coaching for designers, so DM me, okay? And you're on my Instagram already, so you'll know how. One Virgo 34 to do that. All right, perfect. So somebody asked me a good question back here about artwork. I'll take some project questions now, and as you're getting ready to put those in, I just want to let you know what next week we're talking about. It's a goodie. Next week we're talking about setting your 2021 design goals. Setting your 2021 interior design goals for your home. They don't have to be big, but set them so you make it happen, right? Might just be a little quick refresh. It might be redoing accessories to refresh a room. Doesn't matter, right? Because we're not comparing and despairing. We're making the most of what we are, what we have, who we are, where we live, to enhance our lives. Because where you live, inside, right, is important. And the surrounding that you have, that you're looking at every day, if you're sensitive to your surroundings, is important too. So knowing how to improve on the inside, well, that's something that you guys, I'm sure, are working on to make sure you're feeling well in your life, feeling as wonderfully as you can in your life. What I teach is how to make your nest, your interior, feel and look as wonderful as possible to support you in living your best life. So I had a great question back here about artwork hanging. So I do want to go back to that. It was, who sent that in? It was Joan, who said she thinks she has too much wall art that's been following her through her life, and I agree with you. Okay, so Joan is saying, how to know what goes where with artwork? How do I know when too much is too much? Is variety okay? Should themes be consistent? What about colors? Joan, this is a huge question. We have a fantastic artwork guide. Steve, maybe you could post information about that. It is not free. It is for fee. It's like 27 bucks, but it definitely helps answer a lot of the questions that you have, because your questions, Joan, it's more than I can cover. But real quickly, there are heights at which you optimally want to hang things, depending upon the furniture piece, and also you hang things relative to what they're over, next to, or near. Yes, the artwork should thematically make sense in a room, but I don't think you would need to get all Disney on yourself. If you're doing a beach home, doesn't mean you need a bunch of pictures of shells hanging on the wall. You can do that, but it can get a little predictable. But you do want to look at what artwork sits happily next to other artwork. There should be some agreement in your brain as you view these things. They're not sitting necessarily next to each other. They're sitting near one another. So they don't have, we're not talking about matching. We're talking about things being companionable. So hopefully that is a quick 5-cent answer for you. Liz Wiggins 12 is saying, I keep making expensive decisions and regretting it. Ugh. Thinking I need to study strategy before going any further. Liz Wiggins 12, if you were here right now and it wasn't COVID and a pandemic, I'd hug you. That is brilliant. Yes, you need strategy. I want you to stop throwing money through your paper shredder. Guys, so many of us back in the day when we were traveling, and that will return, some of us spend more time researching our Disney vacation than, spending thousands of dollars on a design project, many thousands of dollars if you're doing a whole residence. So why wouldn't you want to empower yourself with design strategy? I mean, gosh, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. Except you'll lose your fear, you'll lose your frustration, you'll lose your mistakes, and you'll gain beautiful end results and confidence getting there, and you'll gain wisely spent, money. So I think, Liz, you're onto something there. I say go for it. So there it is. So listen, by the way, as I take more questions, if you missed any portion of this, you can find us on YouTube. You can always find a replay on YouTube. Okay, at the Interior Design Advocate. My fingernail is brown because of hair dye. Sorry about that. Decorating Genius, if you're not already following us on Instagram, boy, are you missing the party, at decorating.genius. Yes, that's it. And you guys are already there. But if you're not following us on our design feed, at IDH Designs. That's for my luxury design business at IDH Designs. So there it is. Alrighty, let's just see what other questions there are. And next week, just to remind you, we're talking about setting your 2021 design goals. And I'm going to talk to you about how to set them and get there. All right, so Steve just posted the artwork guide, the ultimate guide to home art, or something like that. I wrote it. I should know what the title is, and I don't. Sorry about that. All right, so I don't see any questions. Great. You guys are all quiet. You're getting ready for Thanksgiving. So are we. I'm going to make chestnuts for the first time. Hope that's not a disaster. What else are we making? We're making homemade cranberry sauce. Got the turkey. Some interesting appetizers. Again, it's just Steve and Anna and Brett and me. What else are we doing? An interesting string bean, caramelized onion and string bean thing. Very good. Takes forever to make, but very good. Steve does this really cool thing with baked potatoes. Since we're not having a big crowd, we're not doing mashed potatoes. And I'm the only woman in America who doesn't like stuffing, so we don't do it. But he's doing these baked potatoes. You slice into the potato, but not all the way through before you cook it, and you kind of fan it open, and then you stick little slivers of onion in there, bake it, 400 oven. Very good. Making some other interesting things. Can't remember what those are, but there it is. I've just told you my Thanksgiving menu. I am thankful that our family has our health. I'm so thankful that you have your health, and I'm thankful that you are in my life, lovelies. I am. I love being able to come out here and talk to you and see what you have on your mind in your design life. I love to be able to support and help you. And one more comment just came in. Here it is. It's a question. Fernanda Burgomaster. I hope I said that right. Fernanda Burgomaster. Donna, how do you solicit clients if you don't have any? That is a fabulous question, and it's a big question. You have to know what your point of difference is, who you are and what you are in design, so that you are marketing your company at two ends. At the most general end, you need a blog and an Instagram feed, so you're communicating with the world. This is who we are in design. This is what I do in design. At the top level, you're networking. You're networking with people who could be referring design clients to you. So the reason I say top level and base level is that your blog, your Instagram feed, those go out to people. You have no idea who's looking at them until somebody DMs you or and such. But in your blog, you're talking about design from your viewpoint and letting people know who you are and what you're about. And you're talking about your design service. I have two blogs. One of my blogs is the Interior Design Advocate. I write very differently. My blogs that I write for you, my students, my design lovers who I'm teaching, I write very differently for you than I do in my blog for my luxury interior design company. Check that out, Fernanda. It's Interiors by Donna Hoffman. And you'll go to my website and you'll see the blog there. And you'll see the kinds of things I'm talking about, the projects that we do and our approach to design. You want to get the world, you want to get your message out into the world. I think when you're just starting out, it's really wise to go to friends and family. Put the word out to them. Tell them you're working on in design now and you're looking to pick up clients. And maybe you want to, negotiate your rate a little bit so that you can get a project and you can get your name out there and photograph it so that you're starting to build your portfolio. This is a really big question, and I'm giving you a very quick answer. It's actually a big question with a big answer. We are likely going to be putting together something here at our company that is going to help you launch a design business as well as build a business that has launched but isn't really going gangbusters. And believe me when I say that the marketing of your business is huge. It's the lifeblood of your business. And I had a wonderful design coach. I believe in coaching. I think it speeds your results tremendously. And I had a wonderful business coach who specialized in designers who once said, the clients you don't have today is because of the marketing you didn't do yesterday. The clients you don't have today is because of the marketing you didn't do yesterday. So there it is. I will tell you, last word on this, Fernanda, I don't believe in print advertising. Sorry, if you sell ad space, please don't send me a hate letter. I just don't think there's really any ROI on that, return on investment. I think you go to your personal network first when you're starting out. and start networking in some of those high-level ways that I mentioned. Networking with people who could be sending design work your way. Make sense? I hope so. All right there, lovely. Steve, do we have everything covered? Yep, we have everything covered. Listen, guys, I'm going to scooch. I'm going to let you go. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being here with me. Can't wait to see you next Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're talking about setting your 2021 interior design goals. And until then, big hug and kiss to all of you. Take care now, guys. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.